just like I didn't know then. And they don't know one of the things that narcissists do is they come to you talking about me, but do you know the whole time, anytime me and her was on good terms, she came in telling me stories about all her family, stories about all her friends. Oh yeah. See, it never stopped. It was always a story about them. And let me tell you something. The things she told me about them was a whole lot worse than what she was telling them about me. Let me tell you. Now, she would tell me everything about her family. Just like how he was coming to borrow money, he wasn't the only one. It was numerous family members coming on a regular basis borrowing money. Numerous friends coming, borrowing money from her. Again, that was something I had a problem with because she would loan them money, but here it is, she would not loan me money. Me of all people, not just somebody that she's married to, but I'm the very person that helped her to elevate her life and get her where she was at. Just think, what if I never had a conversation with her when she was thinking about quitting school again like she had been doing for 12 years? And I give her that little boost to say, hey, don't give up. You can do this. And she finally go ahead and graduate, finish school. First time, getting a degree, been going to school 12 years. It was me that showed her all these different things about life and how easy it was to come up out your situation. I was the worst person in the world. Now, she kept on talking about it, all her friends and family members. With her family, I knew everybody's business, okay? I knew who had a degree, but never even had a job. I knew who had men who didn't work, who didn't get out here and make something happen. All they did was sit at home all day. I knew family members who had children, and according to her, they keep having babies that they can't take care of. I knew the family members who, she said, walking around here, been in religion 20, 30 years, and they act holier than thou. But she said they do all this questionable activity, always involved in some type of fraudulent type of activity, but they go to religious services all the time, acting like they so holy. This her talking. Now, it was so much pettiness that she talked about, but she talked about everybody. Their house, their car, their financial situation. She told me about people she go to their house for the holidays and never would eat because they can't cook, can't nobody cook according to her. And she never stopped. Once I got done with that kitchen and the house was the way she wanted it, she started having all these events at the house, mainly the holidays. She invited everybody over, cook all this food, and everybody would come. Now, every single time they there, she walking around, whispering, talking about everybody. She's talking about how they look, how they dress, how much food they eating, how much they taking with them, if they bought somebody with them that she didn't know. She's talking about their children running around here getting on their nerves. And this was every time it was an event. So another thing that I noticed is once everybody got there, every single time, and they doing, family stuff, they interacting with each other, they eating, she would always come to me and say, I'll be glad when these so-and-sos get out my house. Now one day I said, hey, look, why do you go through all the trouble cooking all this food, inviting everybody over, if this is how you feel about her. She said, we got a close-knit family, so we always gonna get together. I said, what kind of family sits up and talks about every single person every time they come? What kind of family say the things that you saying about them every time they come? All these so-and-sos get out my house. With family like you, who needs enemies? And she couldn't say nothing. Now with her friends, it was the same way. All of her friends, I knew all their business. Financial business, that was one of the first things she kept telling me about. How different ones been on the job 10, 15, 20 years, got degrees, but they got all these financial problems. They live paycheck to paycheck. I knew who was tied in to pay their loans for years. Now that's the thing, that's really something, ain't it? Because I told you about her being tied in to pay their loans, but she's sitting up talking about them, but she was in the same situation until I talked to her to get her to stop for that period of time. Now, she's telling me all of their business, relationship, business, what they doing at work. She's telling me about all of their sexual escapades that all these women been doing. Oh yeah, she giving it up. And she was saying so much. The woman who she been friends with the longest, according to her, she talked about the most. One of the things that she started talking about with this woman was the way that the woman acts at work and anytime they go someplace, how this woman act childish. And I asked her one day, well, what are you talking about? She said every time the slightest little thing happened, she get to talking real ignorant, cussing and fussing at people, and it's really for no reason. And the fact that this woman, 40-something years old, man, it don't even make no sense why she always doing this. But she didn't stop there because she's talking about this woman, how she come to work. Numerous times she come in telling me about what this woman wore to work, how she smell. She funky, she ain't bathed. And she going on talking about it don't make no sense because she knows she a big woman, and she was. She about 300 plus pounds. And she don't take care of her hygiene. And she talked about her weight. She don't make no sense to be that big, old as she is. She knows she gonna have health problems behind all this. And she's going on talking about the woman come to work one day and the clothes all wrinkled up with stains on them. It don't make no sense. And she always go to, the woman got a degree, the woman been on the job all this time, making all this money, but look at her. But she goes on because she's talking about the woman car. The woman had a decent truck. She talked about how the woman go to the drive-through car wash, but don't never wash the inside. Ain't never been cleaned out in years. I never even seen nothing like this. Mind you, I'm buying cars from the auction, so I'm seeing all kind of stuff. But I ain't never seen nothing. The way that this car looked on the inside, I ain't never seen nothing like that. She was right. The car had never been cleaned in years. But she didn't stop there because she telling me how the woman finances. She was so bad with her finances that she was late on the car payment so much that they made her pay for it for a whole extra year. Again, look at this deal she made for this car she got. But she talking about somebody she calls her friend. Now, she don't stop there. She talking about the woman's house. She telling me about how the woman got a house in a nice area. But her house is so messed up, it makes the whole neighborhood look bad. She said the woman got a corner house, but ain't no fence around the side or the back. It's just wide open. And the woman got a dog tied up, chained up to a tree. And of course, with the dog out there chained up to the tree, the lawn got spots in it. And she talked about how they don't never cut the grass. She talked about how the house look on the outside. It needs work. But she don't stop there. She going in. She telling me one day about how the inside of the house look. She said the house looked just like that car looked. Never been cleaned. She said that house looked like it ain't been cleaned in months. The furniture dirty. The carpet dirty. The floors dirty. The kitchen dirty. The bathroom dirty. This is her talking about her friend. And I'm just listening. But she go on to say, not only do she got a dog outside, she got a dog and a cat inside the house. And the house smell like cat pee. But then she go on to tell me that, oh, the house infested with fleas. Well, I'm telling her, hey, fool, if the house infested with fleas and you in the house, them fleas will jump on you and you will bring fleas back to our house. She said, well, I wasn't there that long and I ain't sit down. Don't matter. She go on to tell me that the house even infested with rats. I said, well, how do you know they got rats? She said, because it's a big, giant rat hole on the side of the stove. Now, when she telling me all these stories, my mind is that this is unheard of. For somebody in this position in life to be living like this. The way that this woman lived, it sounds like a crackhead. It sounds like somebody on drugs. But this is somebody got a degree, good paying job, and living like this. It's unheard of. But because she constantly coming with all these stories about her friend and they hanging out all the time, I said, hey, why you keep talking about this woman like that? That's supposed to be your friend. If this is how you feel about her, why you just don't stay away from her? Because all the time, they getting together, going to lunch, going to dinner, going out different places, and this woman is always with them. But you sitting here tearing her down like this. One day she come in upset, and I'm asking her what's wrong with her. She say how they went out to dinner, they ate. When the bill came, this same friend she talk about so bad, tell everybody she ain't got no money to pay for the food she just ate. And she was upset because she was like, well, why she didn't say that at first, and then we could have figured it out. What if didn't nobody have no money to cover her meal? But this the kind of things that would take place. She said she went on and paid for it, but she's mad at her friend for doing this because this the kind of things that they would do. Now, it's really something because she telling me all this stuff about them. But these are the main people coming against me with her. Now, one day we pull up at the job, or I pull up there to pick her up. She come out, get in the car. She say, look, there go my friend's truck. She say, that's a inmate driving their truck. He just got out. She say, if staff see her or see him driving her truck, she'll lose her job. She said, it don't make no sense. She putting her livelihood in jeopardy messing with these inmates. I said, wait a minute, she messing with him? Or she was messing with him? She said, no, actually, they was just cool. She was messing with another inmate, and she messed with numerous inmates over the years. I'm like, whoa. Now, at this point, she had told me many stories because what I didn't tell you is it's a state job but it's a prison hospital. Now, she's going into detail about this other inmate that her friend was messing with. She said, yeah, when she was messing with him, she had got a home repair loan on her house to fix her house up. And she blew all this money. And a lot of it she spent on this inmate she was messing with. Sending him money, sending him boxes. She said she was even sending his family money. And I'm listening to all this like, whoa. You know, she said, well, that's why her house all messed up like this. She got the loan and blew all the money. And she ain't stopped though. See, this is this narcissistic behavior. Because mind you, she going to them, telling them all these stories about me. And a lot of it is not adding up, but she's coming to me with all these stories that is adding up. So, what's happening here? See, a narcissist's goal is chaos. They always keep chaos going. So, if she telling them about me, telling me about them, guess what's happening? It's always chaos.